clearly the equity markets took that as a positive signal in terms of what they think they might get out of a new administration. I think what's happened in the last month is that started to temper a little bit. I think you saw with both the Fed becoming more hawkish and the fight over the CR that it might not be so easy to get as much done as people thought they could get done out of the gate. So the question then becomes, how is that going to play out, and to what extent do we have to think about that in the way of positioning? But it wasn't like a major positioning shift that happened right after the election.
I know we'll talk about the Federal Reserve a little bit in a minute, but I want to pick up on something you said there, which is sort of what happened with the continuing resolution, and there were so many odd dynamics at play there. Chief among them, perhaps, you have a president-elect who was kind of very actively involved in that debate, in that conversation. What did that tell you about what these next 4 years are likely to be like? Are you expecting kind of a redux of his first term in office, or do you feel like you have a playbook from that's going to make navigating those next 4 years a little easier?
I'm not sure that there's a true playbook from the first administration, just because there was a lot of chaos going on then too, except maybe that chaos is part of that. But I would say that what that CR fight showed us with clarity was you don't have a unified party on a lot of things.
Despite the majority in Congress.
Despite the majority in Congress, which is, there was some concern that a majority, right? But it's a very slight majority, especially in the House, and it doesn't seem to be particularly unified. And this seems to be a theme on the Republican side, that the Democrats have a better ability to unify than the Republicans do.
And they can count votes.
Well, they can count votes, and they can get those votes together,
Yes.
and they can get people to stay in one place, whereas it's sort of like herding cats on the Republican side, and that doesn't seem to be, that seems to be an issue if what you're hoping for is an immediate policy response right out of the gate.
I guess we don't know a whole lot about the incoming Trump administration and their economic policies. I guess what we do know is tariffs, some of their immigration policies, and a lot of folks are concerned that that we do know could be inflationary. Is that something that concerns you?
I think it's definitely part of the questions that need to be answered in 2025, and it's going to be part of the playbook. And the question is going to be, do these things get enacted to the extent that they're being discussed right now? Can things move again as quickly as people thought they would? And do we have, if we change the immigration policy from basically an open door to a less open door, and we start deporting people, does that push wages up? And I don't think we know the answer to that yet, but we also are seeing a big strain on resources because of people that are here. So does that balance itself out at all? I think it's unclear at the moment.